It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. West California sun is not a joke. Nevada, Arizona, ooh wee, boy, it is hot. Boy. I'll tell you what my pastor used to tell me when I was a kid. Anytime we would come into the church and complain about how hot it was, he would always say, if you think this is hot, you better stop that sinning, because hell is hotter. And back then I used to just brush him off, but good God, if this is hot and hell is a hot place, hotter than earth, good Lord, man, I really do got to stop my sinning then, because God damn it, I don't want no part of that. But today's episode is a real to real episode. As you know, real to real is when I take movies and turn them into real life things for us to think about and contemplate and talk about, and so on and so forth. So today I want to talk about Deuce Bigalow, male gigolo. Not the second one, which was European gigolo, but the first one. You know, the second one wasn't that bad. And this goes in part with my episode about insecurities. So in Deuce Bigalow, male gigolo, for those who haven't seen it, it's a comedy about a guy who basically he's a fish tank cleaner. He ends up breaking one of his clients' fish tanks, and in order to fix it, which costs thousands of dollars, he figures, he got to get this money up real quick. The guy whose fish tank he breaks is a prostitute. His pimp comes, sees him, says, yo, son, you want to get this money up? You're going to have to work for me. So here's why this movie wraps into insecurities. And you guys should really rewatch it for those who haven't seen it in a while. And for those who haven't seen it, watch it. That entire movie is about insecurities. So the guy who becomes a prostitute, I forget the actor's name, but the guy who plays Deuce Bigalow, he didn't think he could be a prostitute because he didn't think he had what it takes. He was very insecure about his looks and himself and so on and so forth. Then all the girls that he gets, all the clients that he gets are insecure about themselves for various reasons. You got the super tall chick where the people keep yelling out, that's a huge bitch. And then you got the big chick, the fat lady, the super big lady. And then I think there was one lady who was ugly. It was like different people who were just, they had different deformities, or not necessarily deformities, but they had things about them that they themselves were super insecure about. And Deuce Bigalow, instead of sleeping with these women, he did things to make them feel secure about their insecurities. And that was the entire premise of the movie. It was in funny ways that he made them feel secure, and their insecurities about themselves were in a sense funny. Back in those days, when you look at it, you thought it was funny. But the entire movie was about insecurities. It was about finding security in your insecurity. Camera just did that. It was acting crazy, but yeah. So it was basically, the movie is basically about these people having their insecurities, and Deuce Bigalow coming along and making them feel secure in their insecurities. And even down to the detective who kept following him around and showing Deuce his genitals. He kept pulling out his buddy, and he's like, yo, look at this. Tell me if there's something wrong with this, man. Tell me what you think. The doctor says blah, 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 blah about it. And like I said, back then it was super funny. But when I think about the movie now, that is kind of how we need to be in our society. Not necessarily the detective who just was whipping out his genitals on the man all the time, but in a sense, we need to be able to make each other feel secure in our insecurity. So Deuce didn't go out with these women. These weren't his girlfriends. He was a prostitute, and his job, they paid him to make them feel good. And originally they were paying him to make them feel good sexually, but he chose to make them feel good in a much deeper way, in a more better, deeper way. But as far as like the cop, how he was pulling out his genitals and things like that, I'm not telling people to go around pulling out your genitals on strangers, but what I'm saying is, if you got a friend, if you have somebody who you feel comfortable with talking to, you should be able to again, talk about those insecurities. You should be able to bring those things up and say to your friend, yo, son, I feel insecure about blah, 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 blah. Take a look at this. Does this look normal? What do you think? Boom, bop, bing, boom, bang. And y'all talking and y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all figuring life out, because that is ultimately what is going to make the world a better place. That is ultimately is what's going to make people feel better. When you can openly communicate with somebody and talk to somebody, like I said, it's going to reduce depression, anxiety, feeling like crap. It's going to bring these things down. And when we bring these things down in each other, we make the world a safer place for all of us. So it's just something to think about, man. Deuce, Bigalow, Male Gigolo. I realized that movie was all about insecurities. And originally I thought maybe Shallow Hal, which was a movie about a guy who was super shallow. And then but the thing about Shallow Hal is the woman that he was attracted to, he saw the beauty deep inside her, which made her look slim and sexy, as opposed to the morbidly obese woman that she actually was. But the problem with that movie that I think about is if she saw herself like that, because he would see people the way that the people saw themselves, the inner beauty in themselves. So if he saw what they saw in themselves, then why wouldn't she work towards getting to what she thought that she saw in herself? That always confused me. You know what I mean? I never really understood that. I go out of my way to make my body look the way that I imagine it to look, down to the tattoos. I had a dream one time that I had a bunch of tattoos, and then I woke up, and for like a year straight, I went to the tattoo parlor getting all the tattoos that I saw in my dream. But whatever. So this was the Real to Real episode, man. Thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Yo, global warming is a real thing, man, and we really got to take care of our planet, because good God almighty, boy, it is hot, man.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Let's all never forget, we all out here trying to do the same thing. Just be happy and survive.
Make sure you like and subscribe.